Andrew Yang has ended his boycott with MSNBC. All this without getting the apologize he demanded. Hey, thanks for watching. Today, I want to talk about this boycott that Andrew Yang had with MSNBC. Now, this happened about a month ago, and I was really pleased that he stood up and said to MSNBC, I am not going on your network until these demands are met. You have kept me out of graphics. You do not allow surrogates for my campaign on your programs like you do for other candidates. I'm not being shown the respect that I deserve. You need to apologize on air, and until you do that, I will not be back on your network. Well, a month later, he's back on the network, and he didn't get his apology, and he bowed down to MSNBC. Let's get to the story. From the Hill, Yang appears on MSNBC ending boycott. Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang has ended his self-imposed boycott of MSNBC by appearing on the network for an interview with anchor Chris Hayes. Yang's appearance on All In with Chris Hayes on Friday night marked his first on the network after he said he would not appear on MSNBC until it apologized on air for its coverage of his campaign. Chris and other MSNBC journalists have reached out to me and the team in the past days, Yang tweeted Friday. I decided that I'd prefer to speak to as many Americans as possible. Our message is too important. That was his tweet from Friday. It says Yang previously knocked the network for its lack of coverage of his upstart campaign, pointing out that he was omitted from several MSNBC graphics and was once called John Yang. We asked to appear on MSNBC this weekend and told them I'd be happy to, after they apologize on air, discuss and include our campaign consistent with our polling and allow surrogates from our campaign as they do other candidates, Yang tweeted on November 23rd. MSNBC last month apologized for misnaming the candidate, though Yang's campaign brushed off the apology, noting the network's previous infractions. The White House hopeful also took issue with his lack of speaking time during last month's Democratic primary debate, which was co-moderated by MSNBC and the Washington Post. According to the New York Times, Yang spoke for 6 minutes, 48 seconds, the least of any candidate on the stage. I don't think this is a good look. I was happy that he boycott MSNBC. I would have been happy if other candidates did as well. They're a garbage news organization. They did all the things that he claimed that they did, and they should apologize for what they did. Now, if you're going to do a boycott, you can't just back out. I mean, there are terms for people that do that. I think you might be called a PB. Now, according to Urban Dictionary, a PB is someone who is fake but try to act like they're hard. I like this definition down here. MF, who don't know they a PB because they a legend in their own mind, too busy acting like they're down in S. And to me, this pretty much describes how Andrew Yang acted in this case. You see, that's the thing, is if you declare something, you're as good as your word. If you say you're going to do something and you back down a month later, you just look really weak. Now, I suspect that he thought that he was going to get his apology and it would be a big media moment, and he miscalculated. But this backing down just makes him look pathetic, in my opinion. If you were just going to back down, you never should have made that threat to begin with. Don't make a threat that you can't follow through on. Now, I've done my own boycotts in my own life, And I followed through. In 1994, I decided that I was done with Walmart and McDonald's. Now, for various reasons, I had my own reasons why I was done with them. I live within walking distance of McDonald's. I've never been there. When I boycott something, I mean it. And I respect people that mean what they say. And if you do one thing and after a length of time you change your mind, that's okay. I understand that. But he backed down 5 weeks later. That's just pathetic. That's how I see it. I see it as being pathetic. And I am not interested in a candidate that is a wimp. I just consider this a total wimp move altogether. That's my judgment. And I'm not judging him harsher because he's a male either. If a woman did the exact same thing, I would also be disappointed. If you say you're going to do something, at least give it a couple months. He backed down way too soon, for my taste. But maybe I'm overreacting to this one. I understand. If you're in the Yang Gang, let me know. Are you happy that he punked out? Let me know in the comments. And, maybe I'm overreacting to this. But it's important to me. It's really important to me that if you say something, you mean it. And to me, he just looks like let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Have an awesome day. Peace.